He thought he was meeting a woman for a first date after an online connection, but it turned out to be a setup instead. He was ambushed, shot at, and robbed. That's when the victim fled and the attackers stole his car and his cash.
Rick Chambers is live in MacArthur Park with details on the dating app ambush and the suspects police are looking for. Rick.
Yeah, Micah, it's Rampart gang detectives that have been working this case for about 3 weeks now, and they're looking for two couples who have been targeting online daters. These are the 4 robbery suspects that police are looking for. And this woman in particular, they say lured our victim off an online dating site.
When they met in person, the female suspect had asked the victim to drive to a secluded area in our Rampart area.
This is that street near downtown, and they weren't there very long when
2 additional suspects came over, and one of the male suspects had opened the door of the victim's vehicle. He pointed a gun at him, demanded his property.
They also demanded at gunpoint that the victim unlock his phone and hand over his passwords.
Throughout the night, that same night, what they did was they actually made various transfers. They bought many things that totaled about $20,000.
It gives me the goosebumps, actually.
Daniel Contreras lives nearby and says he'll make some adjustments now to his routine.
Maybe just aware on the online situation, and well, yeah, to be more aware and the lookout.
And detectives say that the robbery at gunpoint wasn't the end to our victim's nightmare.
The male suspects actually shot towards the victim who was seated in his vehicle. The victim in fear actually fled the location and left his vehicle back there.
The robbers came back 3 hours later and stole the man's car, dumping it nearly 7 miles away in this alley just off 56th and Central, and then set it on fire. At this point, police have these photos to work with, but no arrest yet. As is often the case in these types of crimes, police are asking anyone with information to come forward, and especially if you've been a victim to this type of crime. In MacArthur Park, I'm Rick Chambers. Guys, I'll throw it back to you in Hollywood.
In the words of DJ Khaled, another one. This is the type of crime that will pretty much always happen because the thirst of man is unquenchable, okay? And you can tell that this dude was hella thirsty. Listen, he met her on a dating app and she says, okay, come and meet me in a secluded area by yourself. And he goes, he follows his thirst. And now, I wonder what it is, just side note, I wonder what it is, or what it was, I'll say, about this woman right here that made him swipe right on her on the dating app. I wonder, I mean, just looking at her, I'm curious because, I don't know, maybe, do you guys think it was her bio? You know, maybe she had something in there like she's very submissive, she cooks and cleans, and you know she's only been with one man and all this kind of stuff, like all that kind of stuff. You know, us men, we're a sucker for that. A submissive woman, cooks and cleans, very nice, doesn't yell. Do you think that's what it was? I'm just wondering. I wish, you know, I wish that I could meet this guy and ask him, sir, can you give me 2 reasons, not one, but 2 good reasons why you swiped on this woman, and better yet, why you agreed to meet up with her in a secluded area, a woman you didn't know, you had never met, you met on a dating app. What convinced you? What was it about this woman that made you say, yeah, I'll go and meet up with her in a secluded area, a woman that I don't know? Hey, and you know what? I bet when he saw her, when he saw that profile, and I'm sure she had everything that she needed on that profile to lure in a thirsty man. I'm sure when he was driving over to that secluded area, he was just imagining all types of things that he was gonna do with those two reasons. He was thinking about all types of fun he was gonna have with those two reasons that he was gonna give me if I asked him for why he would meet up with her. Guys, listen, you gotta be careful where you try and quench your thirst, okay? Not every water fountain is good for you, okay? Some of that water is not drinkable. Gotta be careful, okay? This type of thing can happen. And they got this guy for $20K, and he got shot at, almost died over those two reasons, okay? And more importantly, over his thirst. Now, this could have been an older gentleman, but likely it was a younger man. And you know, young men are very susceptible to falling victim to thirst traps like this. You know, women know that very well, and that's why she laid the thirst trap. She put it all out there on display, if you will. She showed him what she was made of. She showed him what she was working with. She showed him what she was bringing to the table, if you know what I mean. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, let me go ahead and meet up with this woman that I don't know, because hey, you know, that looks like a lot of fun. Those two reasons right there, they look like a lot of fun. But we gotta be careful, guys, gotta be careful. This is just another reason why you gotta think with your big brain, with your big head, and not your little one. Thanks for coming back to my channel, listening to my video. Drop me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And until next time, I'll talk to you all soon.